Poverty is not natural. It is man-made, and it can be overcome and eradicated by the actions of human beings.
September 24th, 2016. Advocates, artists, and activists joined together with 60,000 fans in New York's Central Park for what has become the world's foremost moment of annual accountability in our pursuit of a sustainable future. Over 700 million people currently live in extreme poverty. Traditional charity alone is not the solution.
I want to thank all of you guys for coming together and helping out in your community just so you could be here tonight. There are people all over the world that need help. And we all are here right now making a change, so thank you so much.
Generations before us had only word of mouth, letters, flyers, and public announcements to rally people on issues. Today's activists use the internet, social media, and digital content to gain immediate support for the causes they feel are important and overlooked by their governments. So many of us want to make a difference, and each person with access to the internet or a smartphone can have a voice. Together, those voices can create global change for generations to come. 2016 marked the 5th year of the Global Citizen Festival in New York City. Tickets are earned in exchange for taking social good actions. The actions taken over the last 6 years have driven over 200 commitments by world leaders that are set to affect the lives of 1 billion people by the year 2030. 2016 was also the year Global Citizen began work on an ambitious campaign in one of the world's most vibrant and optimistic, but also one of the poorest countries in the world, India.
Global Citizen to me is a movement of people who see inequity, see imbalance, see injustice, and together see a roadmap to solving it.
I'm a citizen of this globe. I pay rent on this earth by taking care of it.
Being a global citizen is paying attention to the world around you.
That what happens to someone else also affects you, almost as an organism.
You don't just think about you think about others.
Global citizens are the fearless young who want to really change their world.
It's my duty to be aware of the influence that I know I can have if I give my focus and I give my time and I give my attention.
We're not just a member of a city, state, or a nation, but we're a member of the human race.
Take action of any kind, you're part of the movement. And in those numbers, that's where it finds its strength.
Regardless of our upbringing, our childhood, we all unite in some way.
Music is so powerful, it has the ability to make everyone feel the same emotion.
It's the one thing that is used for our greatest times and, you know, kind of our most tumultuous occurrences in life, be it love, you know, heartache, pain, whatever. There's a song that goes for every experience.
I fight for my country, you fight for your country. Ooh, we see the victory, they'll get the victory. Ooh, man to man and heart to heart, face to face, face to face. We're champions, we're champions. You fight for my country.
I've always felt music's a great communicator, and it's a great way to bring people together and energize an idea and a concept.
Frequency in general, you know, I think that's the one thing that brings everybody together and puts everybody on one accord.
Music has this immense power to rally people.
You know, you put on your favorite tune, and that gives each individual inside that crowd to not only express themselves, but to join hands with someone who they was opposed to yesterday or the day before.
And this is the time, like, if you want to change something, you start from the roots. Just through music. Music, everyone loves music. Every young person loves music.
If you see something's going on in the world and you don't say something about it, it is consent. Thank you so much for putting someone else's life and someone else's reality as a priority at the top of your list. I thank you guys. Thank you, New York. Thank you, everybody that's watching.
The beauty of Global Citizen's approach is that it's inclusive, asking people who identify as global citizens to do only what they are able to do. It's not about giving money, rather time and action are the currency of this movement. But back in 2012, the movement was just getting started, and the creation of these festivals seemed like an impossible dream. International development advocate Hugh Evans and filmmaker Ryan Gall had a chance meeting where the concept of the Global Citizen Festival started taking shape.
I had a speech up at Columbia University and delivered this speech, and in the audience was Ryan Gall.
We were there trying to find a partner who would help us develop this idea we had for a festival in Central Park. The idea for the festival was that we would work with artists and really try to integrate causes and issues into the festival.
So when he told me about doing Global Citizen in Central Park, I kind of was like, that's going to happen. Because there's something about Hugh, he's got this quiet determination and will and constant drive to make things happen.
I don't see myself as persuasive. I just honestly believe that the prospect of us having a world without extreme poverty is possible.
The Global Citizen Music Festival is different in that most people who come to participate as audience members have done something to show their global citizenship. The concert is like a reward for people being involved in the world.
They are kicking ass, they are taking names, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome Major Lazer.
When we get up, when we walk down the same road, you be there on my side, standing strong as a wave roller. When the nights are long, long, and for you to come on. All around, the wind blows, we will only hold.
Over the last 6 years, these festivals have been nothing short of spectacular. The Global Citizen movement is not just growing, it's already huge.
Welcome to the Great Lawn in one of the world's great cities.
G'day New York, Wolverine here, aka Logan.
Welcome to Central Park.
We understand the power of music to bring people together.
I look out and I see a sea of global citizens.
All of us on this stage believe that business can and should help to achieve the global goals.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Gates. Tonight I'm pleased to welcome the President of Malawi, President Joyce Banda.
Global Citizens, President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Thank you.
I'm committing right now that the UK will get 6.5 million more girls through school.
We need you to tweet Italian Prime Minister Matteo Renzi, will Italy pledge to end hunger at the Global Citizen Festival?
We're sending tweets to Norwegian Prime Minister Erna Solberg.
Norway has committed $250 million for next year.
The world is watching. Climate change is occurring on all of our continents and in all of our seas.
These are our girls. They deserve the same chances to get an education as my daughters and your daughters and all of our children.
Let us work together, join this movement to make this world not just a better, but the best place to live, where education is given to every child. Education is hope, education is peace, education is a basic human right. Will you stand with me? Will you stand with me?
Each month, over 20 million people across the world engage with Global Citizens campaigns, content and events, giving vitality to this unique mix of pop and policy. The result is nearly $30 billion pledged in support of ending the injustice of extreme poverty by 2030. The coolest moment for me was backstage watching Cat Stevens come out. 60,000 people. And he came out and he spoke for probably 20 seconds. It was probably one of the most impactful 20 seconds. And watching one of the great poets, philosophers and musical stars of our time just perform as though you were in his living room.
Our next artist is a singer-songwriter whose remarkable 50-year career reflects an extraordinary journey. Made him a global citizen known everywhere, Yusuf Cat Stevens!
The trouble that we see spreading around the world today is basically not the fault of people's religion or their color, but it's because many of them, their identity has been stigmatized and trodden on. Because I've been smiling lately, thinking about the good things to come, and I believe it could be something good has begun. Peace train sounding louder, loud on the peace train. Come on, peace train. Peace train, the holy road. Everyone jump up on the peace train. Come on, peace train.
I think a global citizen is somebody that is participating in changing the world, in understanding that no substantial change can happen without people coming together. I'm particularly passionate about homelessness, education for women, and access to clean water.
Trying to hide, we held our breath to see our names written on the wreck of 86. That was the year I knew the panic was over. Yeah, since we found out that anything could happen, anything could happen.
Music is a vehicle for change because it's one of the only things in the world that really brings people together.
What is up, global citizens? I'm so thrilled to welcome an actress and amazing singer-songwriter. Give it up for Demi Lovato!
Thank you, global citizens, especially all of you who are working towards the global goal of gender equality. This is called You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman, and it goes out to women and girls all around the world. Looking out on the morning rain, I used to feel so uninspired when I knew I had to face another day. Lord, it made me feel so tired. Before the day I met you, life was so unkind. You're the key to my peace of mind. You make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman.
A global citizen is anybody and everybody that wants to make a difference. They hold the government accountable for the things that they believe, and I think that that's really powerful. Particular issues that I'm interested in are mental health, erasing the stigma, and trying to get people to create more conversation around it so that more people can feel comfortable coming out about their mental illness and getting the right treatment that they need, and also gender equality. I'm a firm believer that a woman can do the same job as a man.
When you read the lineups for Global Citizen Festivals, they're becoming increasingly crazy, and I just love that. It's just an effort to bring everybody together, and in that way you also get a wider variety of audience members, and I don't know, I just love the melting pot aspect of all of it. This year I got to sing with Eddie Vedder, which was like a childhood dream of mine, and a sort of mid-20s not dream of his, but it made me happy.
There is freedom within, there is freedom without, trying to catch a deluge in a paper car. There are battles ahead, many battles are lost, but you'll never see the end of the road while you're traveling with me. Hey now, don't dream it's over. Hey now, when the world comes in, they come to build a wall between us. You know they won't win.
He is one of the greatest artists in music today, and one who understands and expresses what it truly means to be a global citizen. So let's give it up for a good kid from a mad city. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Kendrick Lamar!
All's my life I have still fight. All's my life I hard times like back trips like Nazareth. I'm on one, you on one. God got us, we gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright.
Global citizen, someone who's always one with the people, no matter how far they get. Always giving opportunities to those that, you know, look at your celebrity and your appeal, and never taking that for granted. You know, always reaching back and making sure that these kids have a better opportunity than watching what you're doing and understanding it. It's always the kids for me. It's always the kids. Everything starts from the kids. Inner city, community, programming, arts, education. It's always that since day one. The opportunities that I was given, it put me in a position that I'm in right here, right now. So if I can further them opportunities and extend a hand to somebody that's in the neighborhood, whether in the urban community, suburban, anywhere, just children in general.
We gon' be alright. Make some noise, New York City. I go by the name of Kendrick Lamar. Global Citizen, we love y'all, 100.
Well, I was waiting for Rihanna in Central Park, waiting for her to do a show. I was assured by the producer I'll have to do one song, and I ain't got too long to go. Maybe she's doing her makeup or doing her hair, or making sure that she looks nice. And if she takes too long, I'll repeat this song. I play Raspberry Beret twice. Let's bring her out, come on.
One night in the beautiful sea, I choose to be happy. You and I, we're like diamonds in the sky. You were a shooting star, I see, vision of ecstasy.
you're attached to the vehicle of music or performing, you can get to all these places. It opens the door. And once that door is open and you bring a big festival in, then politicians become interested in being involved, and that's when changes start to happen.
We're more connected than ever before. Social media happens now. It is so fast and it is so powerful. Global Citizen is using it very effectively.
A couple of days ago, Rihanna tweeted Francois Hollande, the president of France, and said, "President, will you actually step up on girls' education?" And immediately, within just 24 hours, he responded because he saw all the tweets from Global Citizens. He saw Rihanna's tweet and he was like, okay, I've got to do it.
In the months following the 2016 festival, Global Citizen convened an opportunity for Rihanna to spend time with educators, mentors, students, and government officials who are working to build a better future for the next generation of Malawians.
Round and around and around and around we go. Oh, now tell me now, tell me now, tell me now you know. Not really sure how to feel about it. Something in the way you move makes me feel like I can't live without you. It takes me out the way. I want you to stay.
In the lead-up to the 2016 New York Festival, Global Citizens around the world took 1.3 million individual actions. This resulted in 44 commitments and announcements made, totaling $1.9 billion. A few years ago, Global Citizens started to think about how we could expand the festival outside the US. The world's largest democracy, with the youngest population in the world, was a natural choice.
Please join me in welcoming on stage Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of the Republic of India.
India's youth can see that you are joining hands with them because
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's presence in New York was a defining moment for the Global Citizen movement.
put clean water and sanitation within the reach of all.
He reaffirmed a remarkable pledge to put a toilet in every home in India by 2018. But while his vision for India's future was clear, we were slightly confused by his closing message to the crowd.
Thank you once again for having me. Thanks in particular to Hugh Jackman. God bless you. May the force be with you.
What? Wow! That is a power move right there. Standing next to Wolverine and throwing out Star Wars quotes.
We thought he had just confused his pop culture references, but we were wrong, as Indian Minister of Parliament Poonam Mahajan explained.
It was time of Navratri, 9 days of praying for goddesses. So he said, may the force be with you. It means may Shakti be with you, that strength be with you. That was the real thing behind it.
I believe that we can speak with one voice.
Well, hello, good evening, and thank you so much for waiting 16 years to see our band come to Mumbai. That shows you the most patient and lovely people in the world, and we're so grateful and so happy to be here with you. And if you're all the way at the back, we'd like to hear you right now, please.
We're thinking about you and we love you too, whether you're back like 2 miles away back there, but we see you. Give us some noise now.
Mumbai is one of the world's great cities, teeming with the energy of 20 million people. Thousands of years of Indian culture are blended with the glamour of Bollywood, remnants of the British colonial rule, and an emerging, bustling economy. But as you walk the streets, you cannot help noticing the contradictions of modern India, the poverty and lack of opportunity that have left far too many people behind.
We are at an extremely opportune moment that rarely comes in history. India has one of the youngest populations in the world, and we see that as one of our greatest assets.
We are 1.3 billion people in this country. 50% is women. If you look at prospering culturally or even as a nation, if you just 50% is doing pretty well and the 50% is not doing, I think somewhere we are losing the balance.
If you educate a girl, you are educating the entire family. So when the one girl stops going to the school, the entire family is not moving forward.
Sanitation and education was important because every school was having a problem where there was no girl toilet.
This is Supriya. She lives in Mumbai. She explained to us some of the problems she faces.
नमस्ते, माझं नाव आहे सुप्रिया सुरेश गायकवाड. मी ठाणे महानगरपालिका शाळा क्रमांक 60 इयत्ता 8वी मध्ये शिकते. पण ना आमचे बाथरूम जरा व्यवस्थित नसल्यामुळे मला बाथरूम मध्ये जायला अनकम्फर्टेबल वाटतं.
We want to progress our country, take it forward. But the first most important foundation of all this is about your day-to-day life, how you're living with it.
The fact that a shortage of clean, private and safe bathrooms in schools has the potential to ruin a child's opportunities is undeniable, and it's particularly hard for girls.
Girls were not prioritized. Okay, there's a toilet, boys can go anywhere. A girl, we never thought of it.
Boys and girls का साथ में था, इसलिए अच्छा नहीं लगता था. आम्हाला आमचे कधी-कधी पाय दुखतात, कधी-कधी आम्हाला वेगवेगळे त्रास होतात. त्यामुळे कधी-कधीच आमची शाळा जरा शाळेमध्ये कधी-कधी येऊ शकत नाही.
60% schools in India do not have sanitation facilities for girls, and there are about 50% dropout, which happens every year.
For the festival in India, Global Citizen partnered with dozens of development organisations, one of which, Yuva Unstoppable, is a youth movement of over 150,000 volunteers who donate their time to improve some of India's 1.1 million state schools.
And like us, there are thousands of organizations who are doing it. There is a change which is happening. People are coming together and we are becoming a part of the constructive revolution.
When a girl in a poor community gets a quality education, it improves her health, delays her first pregnancy, prevents her from marrying as a child. For every year she attends school, she adds a potential 12% to her income.
Everybody came out, wanted to do something. So the conscience of India has completely changed. They believe that sanitation should be important. It's in our conscious now.
अब जो टॉयलेट बना है इसमें हैंड वॉश, नल वल सब एकदम अच्छे से हो गया है, इसलिए हमें कोई परेशानी नहीं होती है.
The number of girls dropout rate has drastically come down.
Sanitation to education and gender equality are all connected very strongly. This affects India more than any other country, and many of those solutions will come from India and will travel to the rest of the world.
A rock star is always the wrong notions of a rock star that they just talk, they don't do. Or even a wrong notion of a politician is also they just talk, they don't do. But I think we are all breaking the myth of just the wrong notions that we walk the talk.
Are you happy to see Chris Martin? Are you happy to see Sachin Tendulkar?
I tend to drift towards education for all, gender equality and sanitation.
When we were in New York, he said, what should I do for 3 days in Mumbai? He said, please tell me, I want to meet some young children, what are their dreams are. Understanding that how they are seeing sustainable development goals, how it's reaching out to them.
Thank you for your generous welcome
And I'm excited to see Sachin too. I love Sachin as well. We all love Sachin. Thank you for letting us come and visit. I'm so happy to be here.
Sports and athletics are so important for the youth of India. Cricket, in particular, is such a great unifier, and it's wonderful to have somebody like Sachin as a role model for the youth of India.
All right, Sachin. England, India. You guys know this song?
So my Facebook timelines, Twitter timelines are totally filled with Coldplay's coming to India and Global Citizens getting them here.
Well, as a band, we're very excited about playing in India. We've never got to play here, and we're very lucky we have an audience here.
80% of the tickets are given out free based on whatever actions you take, like signing up petitions for the betterment of Mumbai city and India.
The youth read about them first and then tweet about them and then talk about them. So basically the world and the country is talking about sanitation, gender inequality, and I think that has never really happened on such a huge scale before.
On November 19th, Global Citizen's journey to Mumbai was finally complete, and the gates to India's first Global Citizen Festival were open.
I got a mail from Global Citizen, so I was like, oh, okay, it's probably, thank you so much for participating kind of a mail. And then I've actually won 2 tickets in the first action journey, and I was elated.
Are we having fun here? Hello and welcome to the Global Citizen Festival India.
Mr. Sachin Tendulkar.
This is one match I want to win at any cost.
The Honourable Member of Parliament, Poonam Mahajan, ladies and gentlemen.
Are you proud that Global Citizen India is happening in our city, Mumbai?
In Mumbai, 25 on-stage commitments were announced for education, water and sanitation and gender equality programs across India, resulting in almost $6 billion of pledges for the world's poorest and most marginalised people. It is estimated that this level of investment in our global future will impact the lives of 503 million people.
It's time for me to take it. I'm the boss right now, not gonna fake it. Now when you What's wrong with being confident? What's wrong with being? What's wrong with being? What's wrong with being confident?
Whenever we go into a new market, we want it to be predominantly led by the artists of that market. That was one of Chris's big ideas. 80% of the artists in India were from India. We have to marry this power of local action with a global footprint.
Now put your hands together as with great honor, I call upon someone who through his film Pink made yet another strong statement against gender inequality. The legendary Mr. Amitabh Bachchan.
जला के भस्म कर उसे जो क्रूरता का जाल है, जला के भस्म कर उसे जो क्रूरता का जाल है। ये आरती की लौ नहीं, ये क्रोध की मशाल है, ये क्रोध की मशाल है। तो खुद की खोज में निकल, तो किस लिए हताश है? तो चल, तेरे वजूद की समय को भी तलाश है, समय को भी तलाश है।
Our challenge at this stage moving forward is to ensure that all of those commitments are followed through on. So we're working with our partners in India with Galvin. I had a great meeting with the team a few days ago. Start to think about how we're going to manage that accountability process over the years ahead. But this won't be the last time Global Citizens in India. We're committed to this now. We want to move forward and build a lasting movement.
The king of rap, music composer, Jay-Z!
Wow. Wow. That might be the most beautiful thing I ever seen. Blue told me remind you. Y'all talking about I'm the caught up in all these lights and cameras. But look what that shit did to Hammer. God damn it, I like it. The bright lights is enticing, but look what it did to Tyson. All that money in one night, 30 mil for one fight. Soon as all the money blows, all the pigeons take flight. Hold up, fame keep cheating on me. What I do, I took her back. Fool me twice, that's my bad. I can't even blame her for that. Enough to make me want to murder. Mama, please just get my bail. I know nobody to blame. Kurt Cobain, I did it to myself. And we all just entertainers. I feel stupid and contagious. And we all just entertainers.
India's millennials are such a large majority of the population that they really have an opportunity to be a powerful voice for the nation.
40% of the population of India is under the age of 35. This really is the first generation that can end extreme poverty and provide an education for the millions of children who are currently left out.
So it's very important that they get a platform to rise, and you never know, there'll be leaders coming out from anywhere.
Hello, my young friends. Namaste. I see you are having a good time. I know that I stand between you and Coldplay, and so will make this very, very brief. I always look forward to being among young people. You bring an energy and idealism that is unparalleled.
Everything you want to dream away, and we are legends.
Delighted to introduce a singer that we love, Mr. A.R. Rahman.
One day, Mataram. One day, Mataram. Matuche salam, matuche salam, matuche salam, matuche salam, matuche salam, matuche salam, matuche salam.
The Global Citizen Festival in India was the first of its kind and the largest free concert that Mumbai has ever seen. Over 500,000 young Indians joined the movement, and 80,000 of those new global citizens earned tickets to the festival in exchange for their actions.
I'll be forever Mac passion, hot cold assassin. I got no passion, I got no patience, and I hate waiting. Get him up! What we do in New York? Spin the tea, tell them about now. Big pimpin', don't be a lady. We do it. Big pimpin' up in NYC. It's just that chicken man. Pimp C and B, you with me. Yeah. Big pimpin', spin the tea, take them out now. Big pimpin', don't be a lady. We do it. Big pimpin' up in.
We go beyond borders, we go beyond everything, and we touch the humanity and soul through music. And I think it was unique by Global Citizen to connect that social cause, that thinking, to a popular culture, and get that best collaboration for people. That you do something well, will soothe you with beautiful music and connect you with more and more art and culture.
It was quite extraordinary to be in Mumbai on the night of the Global Citizen concert. The warmth, the energy, and the commitments made to sanitation and education were overwhelming. It was an extraordinary feeling to be a part of it.
Global Citizen is changing the mindset of the young people, is changing the mindset of the next generation. And if we change the mindset of the next generation, we can change the entire country.
Global Citizen has been a great partner to India, and it helps us to raise more commitments to do well for this country.
Using the leverage of the Global Citizen Festival in Mumbai, Yuva Unstoppable secured corporate funding to construct new sanitation and drinking facilities in 1,000 schools in disadvantaged rural and municipal areas all over India. From a team of 6 people in a borrowed office in Manhattan to a global movement of millions in just 6 years. Global Citizen has seen world leaders, global artists, and everyday citizens join up and commit to the idea that we can and must end extreme poverty. Politicians and corporations take notice when our collective voices are raised and demonstrate that they are willing to act on our demands. Global Citizens believe that people from all over the world, with so many languages, customs and cultures, are far more alike than we are different. Global Citizens believe that the systems that trap people in poverty can and must be changed. And Global Citizens know that while our leaders have the power to make sustainable change happen, it is our responsibility to raise our voices and speak truth to the powerful. I'm Hugh Jackman.
My name is Bridget Moynihan.
My name is Chris Martin.
My name is Demi Lovato.
My name is Kendrick Lamar.
My name is Ellie Goulding.
Diana Agron. Erin Heatherton.
Forrest Whitaker.
And I am.
And we are
a global citizen.
Global citizen.
And I'm a global citizen.
And I am a global citizen.
And I'm a global citizen.
Mumbai.